All right, so we're recording, and we are recording.
Well, welcome, friends.
Welcome.
To our, I guess we could call it our first
Yeah,
ish.
the first one where I just kind of rambled through an introduction doesn't really count.
So this would be
This is the first.
inaugural
Okay.
ish.
Inaugural.
I am here on our show, the old Salty Medic, and I'm with my good friend, who has over 20 years of public safety experience.
Experience is a word used loosely.
May or may not be good experience, but
It's experience
nonetheless. I have worked with him on fire engines, on ambulances.
Yep.
Attempted to teach him
There's
at
no
the
teaching.
police academy.
Don't forget the psychiatric hospital.
The psychiatric hospital where I was your boss.
Yep.
You were not a consumer, you were an employee.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably something you should
clarify for the people here today. And have developed a strong bond with you over the course of those many years. My friend Sean, who is here, and I just think we are going to have a great time on this show. It is a Pandora's box.
We've talked about doing this for the past 20 years. Of sorts.
Yeah.
Now we have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
We have a podcast. We've got all our bases covered.
It is going to go. It's going to go like
going to go something. One way or the other.
It's
like a bad car wreck. You just can't turn away from it. We've talked about this for a while.
Yes. Why don't you tell them a little bit about me?
You. For those of you who don't know, this is Wayne, and Wayne and I have, as he's already said, worked together for 20 plus years. You've done police, fire, EMS, military, safety. Underwater basket weaving. And
super secret ninja
squirreling. So that is really, currently you are an elected official.
I am.
Until
December 31st.
And then you will no longer be elected. You'll just be forced upon the world.
Long time that we've been, and I think as we go with this show, we will cover a myriad of topics.
And that brings a good point. So we were kind of on the fence, waiting.
Teetering.
Yeah, okay. On whether or not we should wait until, maybe you're no longer an elected official.
Right.
And then the news has made it. We can't.
It is just...
We don't want to be. So the other thing is obviously with our background, police, fire, EMS will be a large part of what we talk about, but that's not going to be all we talk about.
No.
And we do not want to be political. I don't know.
But
still
maybe
talk about it.
Yeah.
And
world events.
Yeah. And
politics,
we don't support one or any
equal
specific,
opportunity.
Yeah, everybody's going to get
attacked.
Yeah. And this morning kind of made the decision for us. Because today is what, 2nd of October, the year of our Lord, 2020. Also known as...
there was a show called 2020.
Oh, I thought you were going to say shit show, because there was that too.
It's been a very difficult...
Yeah, and one thing that's happening this year is there's an election.
An election.
For the President of the United States.
Among other things.
That's true. There's a lot of things.
A lot of positions up.
But the big one that I think everybody will be... I know for a fact, I woke up this morning and the news had lost their minds. And it was epic.
And
the reason is because the current president of the United States, who has for the past 6 months downplayed the coronavirus, and it's not real, it's not bad, it's not anything, has it. Has been diagnosed
with it.
As his wife has.
Yes.
And obviously, wish them the best. Hope they have a healthy, quick return. Nothing bad. But it's nuts.
Absolutely nuts. Absolutely. And
you just nope. It's fine. There's nothing to see here, folks.
Here we are.
Here we are. So I definitely I called Wayne and I said, we have got to do it.
We've got to get on this show and
it
run
needs
with
to
it.
happen.
Yeah. I think that from what I hear, many people have concerns, and of course, not everything we talk about will be serious. Some will be serious. Some will be ridiculously a waste of time.
Oh, yeah.
But hopefully you waste your time with us.
And stop you. I don't know. You listen to the intro.
Yes.
The one thing that I hope for at least somebody.
All of America.
Yeah. Is that they pee their pants laughing.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of humor.
If you
even
don't,
as we tackle these.
Then shame on you. You're not listening. Turn it up louder. I don't know.
Get on that volume switch. You've got to get, when we're on YouTube, you've got to like and subscribe. Hit that button.
Oh, whatever it says.
Do it.
You sound like a professional.
Well, I've done a few of these type of things before. Professional would be a stretch of the word, though.
I wouldn't use it again.
So, we have a political election. We have COVID, which has been, it seems like the never-ending story of 2020. We've had a hurricane that came
2 or
through.
3 at the same time.
Just
I
absurd
saw
damage.
4 horsemen riding. I thought they were the ones, but they weren't.
The trumpets
sounded. Yeah.
Seem like they might be around the corner.
One story that I want to share with everyone, just to kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I think you recently posted a picture
this morning, actually.
Yes. So you could also get on the Facebook page.
Yeah, I will post that picture to our Facebook page because now we're going to have to create a Facebook page.
We will.
So I made that decision.
Right now.
So how long ago was it? 10 years?
At least.
At least 10 years ago.
Probably 12 or 13.
Wayne and I were partners on the ambulance for a small... And I want to tell everybody in advance.
Yeah.
We're not going to use department names.
Right. We may not use people names.
Probably won't use people's names or use a pseudonym.
Yeah.
That's a big word.
Yep.
To protect the guilty. I mean, the innocent. The innocent. Yeah. So we were at a small department. Very small department.
Yeah.
Two ambulances?
Yeah.
1 ambulance and a reserve.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And some fire trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were partners. And at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
When it was pouring rain.
Just pitch black.
You couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
We get a medical call.
Yes.
For it was an alarm.
Yeah.
Like just a medical alarm.
Like the panic button.
Yeah.
There was a whole
Help,
commercial about help. I saw, and it was one of those.
Yeah. And so we get up and we get in the ambulance and we drive. It was like right across the street, but in less than a mile, but down a dirt road.
Yeah.
And
a lot of dirt roads out there.
True. We're going down the road. Wayne's driving.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like driving.
You do. And you're a good, I will say you're not a bad driver.
No.
You are a good driver, even though the 2 stories that I'm going to tell wouldn't suggest that.
You're right.
So we're driving, and we end up where there's a few houses, no lights on the houses, but they're there.
Yep.
And we turn down the street where the houses are.
Yep.
And it dead ends.
It does. Into
nothing. Yeah. Like a field.
Right.
And we realized that it's got to be one of those 3. but we don't know which one. So we turned around.
Yeah.
And by we, I mean you turned around and in the process of turning around,
yeah,
managed to bury
it,
the ambulance in the gentleman's front yard,
yeah,
who, by the way, didn't know his alarm was going off.
Yeah, axle deep.
I mean, oh yeah,
axle
we
deep.
Got out and were equidistant to the ground from the floorboard.
Yeah. There was no step down.
We left the ambulance there.
Yeah.
And went back to the station.
Had
to get the reserve ambulance.
Yeah.
So those are, I think, the kind of stories.
There's going to be many
that
of those.
we're going to share.
Yeah. Yeah. Real life.
Yeah. Things that actually happen. Would you like to share another story that involves you driving?
I think it's better told by the observer. I think they get so much more out of it when you know, my story's about you. I'll tell them, and yours about me, but they'll probably derive much more pleasure from your point of view.
This one for sure.
Yeah.
So Wayne and I went fishing.
Yeah, we did. In a park.
Yep.
A local big park.
Just big park.
Yeah.
There was a bayou.
Yep.
Lots of people fished there.
Yes.
And
also had rained for several days.
There was a lot of water in the bayou.
Yeah.
We were there until dark.
Wee hours of the morning.
Yeah. Well, and then we were done. And we were gonna pack up and go.
Yeah.
And we had sat in our trucks. We had windows down. We listened to music.
Yes.
And I will say, no alcohol consumed.
No, there was no.
Nothing.
This was just us and nature.
And bad luck. So we had our tailgates towards the water.
Right.
So we could use them as seats.
Yeah.
And Wayne says, I'm going to turn my truck around so that we can use the lights to pack up.
Yeah.
Seems logical.
Really made sense at the time.
It did. Wayne gets in his truck.
Yeah. And
all I hear is the deafening sound of an engine revving roaring as high as and then Wayne comes barreling at the bayou.
Yep.
And in slow motion, Dukes of Hazzard style.
Yes.
Right into the water.
Right into it. I mean, it was like a Olympic diver as they leave the springboard.
You could hear the theme song to the Dukes. It was epic. And I stood there in complete shock.
Shock and awe.
For probably at least a full 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I just was staring.
At me drowning.
At you drowning.
Yeah.
And fortunately, your windows were open.
Yeah, they were open.
As mine were.
Some screaming.
I'm like, you're going to die.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to do.
Yeah.
So Wayne gets out of his truck.
Yeah.
And the feature on that particular model of vehicle has a cool safety feature that if it is submerged, it flashes some sort of like SOS blinkers.
It was
so
weird.
I knew where he was, even though I couldn't see
the truck
anything.
traveled down the river to some degree.
So Wayne lets go of the door and starts kind of walking himself down towards the tailgate.
Yeah. As the vehicle is still...
It's starting to swing around and heading towards the like, what do you call
it?
Pillar,
concrete pillar,
Wayne was about to be crushed by the pillar.
Yes.
And so I'm screaming at him like, you're going to get crushed. You're going to die.
Right.
And so he pushes himself off towards the bank.
Yeah. So as not to get sandwiched.
Yeah.
To death.
Crushing. Yep. So I run to my truck.
Yep.
At the time, handy. Every firefighter person has some webbing in their truck, and I thought that's going to work. I'm going to be able to tow you. I'm going to pull you into safety. With webbing.
And it was a valiant effort. I remember you tossing that webbing out to me and saying, "Grab a hold of it." And I think I responded with something that's not going to help.
Yeah.
As I tried to get to the bank
Yeah.
of the river.
You're probably 7 feet down.
Yeah. The water is rapidly it's moving. Yeah.
And we long story short, Wayne gets to the webbing.
Yep.
And I pull him to safety.
Yep.
Very heroic.
Yes.
You could hear music of praise.
Yeah.
And we laughed for probably 3-4 minutes.
Yep.
Just laughed hysterically.
Yeah. Very
at
funny.
what just happened.
Yep.
And then we thought, okay, well, there's not anything we can do.
Nope. It is 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
You called your insurance company, and I drop you off.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next day,
yeah,
I turn on the news.
Yeah, yeah.
Manhunt underway at local park.
Right.
For
the driver of this vehicle. Yeah.
The Texas EquiSearch.
Yeah.
Was involved.
I think there were several people that came out and had assumed that there was a body that was going to be with the vehicle. And you and I knew there wasn't.
Yeah.
But they didn't, even though we had called. Yeah. So eventually everyone puts 2 and 2 together, and the vehicle is fished out of the.
Was it drivable?
No. It was nothing more than a sponge at that point. A nice big metal sponge.
Yeah.
But that was the end of that vehicle and the fishing trip.
Yeah.
Along with a lot of gear, personal items.
Yeah.
But here's the takeaway from that: as you know, first of all, you really have to be aware of the amount of mud and stuff that is caked on your shoes, because my foot had gotten stuck. We had some mud boots on, and it had gotten
feel in galoshes.
Yeah, and it got stuck with the accelerator down, and that's when we took flight into the water. And I would say it was it was a flight.
I wish that dash cams and
didn't have them.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, not even really Facebook.
No, but I meant like
right.
The street.
Yeah, something captures it.
What is it? TransStar cam?
Yeah,
nothing. Because that would have made Aussie guy, America's Funniest Video, all of them. They would have that would have been the video.
That would have been a million trillions of hits on that.
It was one of the most impressive things I've seen a vehicle do.
With the driver still living. Yeah. Swiftwater Rescue was brought to a whole new level that day.
Now, Wayne's current position finds you in charge of people.
Yes.
And we live in the middle of hurricanes.
We do. Alley. Yeah.
Now, I've heard from your constituents, is that the proper terminology?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Sure.
That each one of them is equipped with a rescue buoy?
We do. Our employees all have a rope rescue throw. It's called a throw rope that is to be used to send out to anyone that may be in water that needs to be rescued.
It seems like the kind of thing that
it was born from personal experience.
Wow.
And if you would have had one that day, I'm sure that it would have been a much faster rescue. I mean, I might say that you saved my life. It was there was it was close. It was close. It was close.
Do you want to share anything with everybody on me?
Well,
have you got anything that you want to?
I do have.
This will be fun.
Many things that over time we have endured together, I seem to remember that we enjoyed our antics at the fire station and EMS stations and things of that nature. And one time I recall that we had some new employees, and this is not really a new thing maybe in the fire service, but you would not hazing and indoctrinate, initiate.
That sounds worse.
Things that you do with new people to bring them into the.
These were different times.
And we had bunk room, and theoretically you would sleep in there if there was no calls at night, maybe. And we would take some IV bags, and those IV bags we'd put in the ceiling tile with the appropriate drip set, and would set the drip so that it was very slow over a period of time. In other words, if you were sleeping and it would drip on you, you probably wouldn't notice it.
Right.
Yeah. And so we would configure those so that it would basically empty itself out on the person as they slept.
What would be the point of that?
Well, it would essentially look like the person had urinated themselves.
Wow.
And they would probably be left wondering, how did that happen? Because it's not.
Grown people don't
do that.
Urinate on themselves.
There are many other tales of those type of things that I know we will get into as we delve further into these stories.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We will definitely have guest speakers.
Yep.
We are not, obviously we're not completely just set on any, well, we don't put rules on things.
Yeah, we're not going to put rules on it. We will have guests on here. We'll talk about subject matters of both serious and ridiculous natures.
Yeah.
We might even find some intelligent conversation.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but maybe we might call upon expert. Not
witnesses?
expert. No, that sounds like we're going to be prosecuted. No, subject matter experts.
Subject matter experts.
We were looking for.
Yeah.
We know a few of those.
We do.
And
are many of them
those
ourselves. Should we talk about any COVID?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's a good. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's a bad thing.
Have you known anyone that's had it?
I have.
Yeah.
Known of 3 people that have passed away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. When I hear people. I get a lot of people I know, acquaintances, family members, what have you, that do not want to or do not wear masks.
Yeah.
And I have had this argument or point stance, I guess.
Right.
The entire time. As soon as I heard, we should wear masks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good with it. I don't care.
Right.
Doesn't matter to me. Didn't bother me. And the reason is, I've had several surgeries.
Sure.
Been involved in medical issues. Been in the ER assisting with the surgery. Yeah. Every time. Yeah. The people performing those duties were wearing a mask.
Wear a mask.
Now the person having the receiving end, they weren't wearing a mask.
No.
So that lends the line of thinking that maybe the person who is infected is stopping, or the doctor, whoever's performing, is stopping any of their bacteria or, snot or hair, whatever, from entering into the open cavity of the person being operated on.
Correct.
So if everyone wore a mask, it wouldn't matter if you have it, or I have it,
which neither of us do,
which we don't. But if we did, I would not let you get it, or vice versa, because we're both wearing masks. It doesn't protect you,
It's
to
protecting
protect the other person.
Sure.
So that really makes common sense.
It seems like it. You'd think after maybe 6 to 8 months of it that people may clue to that.
I just am floored that, I get it that maybe it's not as many deaths as they would like. I don't know what people are waiting for.
Right.
But, it's still bad. Like, if there was something that could stop ingrown toenails. Ingrown toenails aren't bad, but
you would take it, though.
I would do it. Okay. I mean, it's not like I'm not asking you to sacrifice your firstborn. Get a mark of the beast.
Isn't it strange, though? They have really just lost their minds, as you say, and how it's become a focal point, even a political issue in some arenas. But to me, it just seems like a common courtesy or decency, and also to the businesses that want you to do it. That is their prerogative, and if it helps keep them open, then why would we not do that?
Yeah, I mean, there's all these businesses. People are without jobs. There's the economy, all of that stuff. If you can help all that, by just wearing. Now, I've had this argument with a safety professional.
Sure.
Someone who understands, hierarchy of controls and things of that nature. This particular person was going on a rant about, they're forcing me to wear a mask, and I simply said, they are. Just like you are being forced to wear a seatbelt. You're forced to put on pants before walking outside.
Before going in public, generally speaking.
You're forced to not smoke in an airplane or anywhere. You're being forced to do a lot of things.
Sure.
But I have not once heard you or many other people complain about that.
No. Strange times. Times. And people have just, it's amazing that they're ready. They're able, ready, willing, and able to do battle.
Yes.
I think physical battle, not just words, but physical battle
there
over.
Was the guy, I mean, there's been several, but I saw one of this old guy in a Walmart raising hell because they wanted him to wear a mask. You're not the boss of me. And okay. Well, you don't have to shop here either. I don't care. If you don't want to wear a mask, go shop at Target. Yeah. Weird times.
What do you think about the presidential election? Well, maybe let's backtrack. Were you able to watch the debate from a few days ago?
So, anyone that knows me.
Which is going to be a lot of people.
Which is going to be all of you. I am 41. I have voted once. And the only reason is because myself and many people in my age bracket feel the same way. And it's a very valid, I think. I realize that I'm validating my own feelings, but whatever.
It might as well. No one else is going to do it.
But I think it's a valid feeling, and that is that the way our system is set up, we have votes we go vote
right
for, large elections, what have you. And then somebody else votes for you based on how they think you'll vote.
Sure.
But why am I voting at that point? So I haven't voted. That's long story short. Because of that, I do my best to avoid watching the news, listening to any kind of political conversation and or debate, and being a happier person because of it, I think,
Yeah.
But to answer your question, no, I did not watch the actual debate. However, I watched enough of
the aftermath,
to see what happened and realize I didn't miss much.
I don't think, I watched it, Sean, and I made some...
I'm going to interrupt you, but you brought up something that I want to make sure you bring up now, and that is you have a child.
I do.
And that child is how old?
11.
And part of their school assignment, as I know, I talked to a buddy of mine yesterday who says the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I think his kid's 12 or 13. Had the exact same assignment, and that was
to watch that debate and pick out several items to discuss in the classroom on the next day.
So did you watch the debate?
I did.
So tell everyone what you think an 11-year-old got from that debate, if anything.
I have some strong political beliefs, and I have been a Republican my entire life. Although, again, we're not here to say one thing or another. But what I can tell you is that that was probably the least presidential anything I have ever seen. And let me preface this too by saying that I will always respect whether the person was one party or another. If they held a position, a title, an elected deal, I think we owe them a certain amount of respect. I'm not here to make fun of either one of them, but I will tell you this: that was the most childish thing I have seen in my life that shouldn't have been.
I heard, and again, I'm going based on what I saw just on clips. I heard that one person called another person a clown.
Yeah, there was some name calling and some shut up this.
You shut your mouth, old man.
It makes me wonder, as you said, how a 11-year-old or 10-year-old or even younger must be thinking about the country or the presidency when they watch something like that. And we had assignments like that. I mean, it might be watch the debate or watch the shuttle launch. But I think that not only children but people here and in other countries are wondering what the heck happened. And I'm not saying I'm for or against either one on this show, but I'm saying that we got to do better. We have got to do better. We were the standard. The United States was the standard, I think, to be followed with our democracy and our republic, and how we, would have gentle debate or banter, even dissent, but still respectful. I don't know that we see much of that anymore.
You said other countries. There was a long time in America's history that they were the superpower. They were it. I mean, there was nobody else in the world that you didn't mess with them. They were it. And I'm pretty sure that I don't know which one called which a clown, but I think the rest of the world probably agrees that they both acted like clowns.
My sentiment is the same. I am still wondering, what happened? Where did we go wrong? Where did the respect go? Yeah. And I'm not going to defend bad behavior from either one of them. One of them is the president, and one of them was the vice president, and I feel that you retain those titles, so I would address him as vice president. He's not currently that, but these men have served in elected positions, and that doesn't mean that they did everything right. People many times look for a perfect candidate, and you and I know that just doesn't exist.
No.
So neither one of them are perfect, and they both make mistakes. And in this case, I think they both acted poorly.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I have heard I've searched, literally searched for one person.
Yeah.
Now I know people on both sides of every party.
Yep.
And I've heard prior to the debates, that so and so is the best. They're my hero. Whatever whatever wonderful thing they have to say about their particular.
Right.
I've not heard one person say, "Man, those debates looked great."
My
candidate looked amazing.
Yeah.
Not one.
The feedback I get, I've put some things out on Facebook, and again, you look at our personal pages, but where I have found that there are a lot of people that feel the same way, but just can't say it because of their political affiliation. We'll use Republican and Democrat because those are the largest, but there's some independent Green Party. I get it. There's others in there, but that they have to stick to one thing and one thing only because they identify with a party. But if you really get these people in a smaller environment or a one-on-one conversation, they are much closer to the middle than they are the right or the left. But the party pulls them.
Absolutely. I think that if you were to take the whole United States and one at a time talk to people and just gave them a quick, hey, so what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I think 95% of the country would be closer to the middle.
Yeah.
If
you could get them to break down the line. Right. Yeah.
But I don't. There are obviously people that are staunch, one way or the other.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. But I think the large majority of everyone is very middle of the road. Now that's good.
Yeah.
That actually is very good.
Sure.
From a society standpoint.
Yeah.
Because if you're in the middle, you're more likely to be open.
Yeah.
You're not closed off. You are open to listen to other people's opinions and take things into consideration. You're not closed off to the rest of the world. So I think that's great.
Yeah.
If you could find somebody to run that
could say all that.
Yeah, that was in the middle.
Yeah.
But instead you've got these two yahoos that are on both sides of the fence and they're bickering.
Yeah.
On live TV.
Right. It was as the world watches. I think that we are in desperate times, and that this is, of course, every generation thinks that maybe they're close to the end, or maybe they're at the end.
Doing it.
We've seen the fires and floods and hurricanes and the political discord, and then maybe what seems to be a resurgence of racial tension. That makes one wonder, where are we at and where do we go from here? and I think that along with all the funny stories that we have, that maybe we'll tackle some of that. And of course, when the viewers are on YouTube, we'd love to have those comments as far as what you would like us to talk about what subject matter is important to you. I mean, we'll throw in the funny stuff.
I mean, don't worry. We're going to solve the world's problems.
We're going to solve them while causing more, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we might solve some, but create others.
Wreak havoc on the rest.
We'll just hash that out as we go along.
I think that's accurate. I feel that overall, would like to let everybody know we don't know what I said in the very beginning. Don't expect
anything. Yeah,
and you'll be
satisfied. If you don't have any expectation,
you can't
with this show.
You can't be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed.
No. But I think that we may. I'm not even going to commit to weekly, monthly, year. I don't care. It might be once every 4 years we produce an episode. I don't know, but we will. Yeah. I'd like to let everybody know. We're not sure of the format. Yeah. We're not sure. I know we're on iTunes now.
Yeah, on iTunes.
Spotify.
YouTube.
So
Facebook will probably be forthcoming. I mean, we have our
We'll probably have to make a Facebook page together
for this.
Are we a couple now?
This is in a weird.
Wow. I'm gonna have to tell my wife.
Probably just let her know.
Yeah.
Now
in a
that
relationship.
we have this.
Well, for those of you who wondered, I'm now in a relationship with a man.
Yeah,
that's so weird. But anyways, we'll probably have a Facebook page.
Yeah,
we're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We are going on a trip.
Yes, we will.
January. We will probably broadcast live from that.
I think so.
Epic.
I
am going on my own trip.
Yes,
with my wife. For Halloween, we're going to Salem, which I probably should have just stopped at which. But we're going to Salem to bring in the watch all of that the breakdown. I've never been
it back.
Well, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I've never been. She's never been, so that'll be fun. But I will probably post videos and stuff onto the YouTube channel.
Sure.
I'll put it in a separate folder of, not us.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be.
I mean, I don't care if they.
It'd be real hard for us to do it if I wasn't there.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I think I have at least 10 different people.
Yeah.
Now reached out to. No, I mean we probably don't have 10.
Not even. No. Maybe just 3.
I have more people that have offered to be on our show than I actually have that listen.
Yeah, there's two of us today that are here. Listening.
Yeah. Beyond that, I think it'll be fun. I'm excited.
We'll do some action stuff.
Yeah.
This won't always be in the office or a studio. We're gonna be out.
I'm gonna tell you right now, before the one that you've suggested, I want to take a poll.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, everybody's gonna be with me.
Yeah. Well, you hope they are.
I pray.
We'll talk about that one in the next probably episode.
Yep. But we'll do some things. We'll go on field trips.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna go out and find things.
Shoot stuff.
Yeah.
I definitely see that.
At least.
We both are pretty proficient with
firearms.
Yeah. One of us is proficient at driving.
Yeah.
So we'll do all that stuff.
If you have something that you want us to not just subject but test.
Yeah. Okay.
Like test this pistol or a light out.
If you want us to strap these to our heads to see if they work,
we could do that.
By the way, they work.
It does work.
Cheese and rice. That's bright.
Yeah. Very bright.
And for those listening, I just turned a flashlight in my eyes.
Yeah.
But if you want us to test something, we don't mind breaking things.
Yeah, we
don't mind seeing if it's
breakable.
I can tell you that both of us are very hard on things.
Yes.
We have broken
anything.
Many a thing.
Yeah. If you really get down to it, we are probably the reason
Crash test dummies.
Yeah,
I have said for years, if you can make it fireman proof.
Yeah. We'll be able to check
use it. Yeah. We'll definitely do that. I have also heard people, you are not a woodworker.
I know. You
am.
do not want me to touch wood.
Nope.
At all.
No, but I am.
Yeah.
And I have had many people ask for, oh, you should show us how to do XYZ. And okay, I'll probably.
Well,
you can hold the camera.
I could do that. I could give commentary.
Yep.
I did take. Well, I took woodworking in middle school with Mr. Perez. Mr. Perez.
How many years?
Well, I think it was about 1 year.
No, how many years ago?
Oh, long. 80. I mean, it's probably at least.
Okay. We'll get you up to speed.
As much as Mr. Perez tried, it was what we refer to as a soup sandwich.
Oh.
It was bad. I mean, I'm probably...
Soup sandwich. I've known you 20 years. I've never heard you say that.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think it means really messed up.
Hey.
I haven't used it a whole lot, but I mean, I could imagine pouring soup, onto a sandwich. I mean, and how much of a mess.
The reason why I got confused is I have dipped a sandwich in soup.
But you're right. Yeah.
Which would make it a sandwich soup or a soup? That's where my confusion laid, because the best thing in the world is like a chicken noodle soup or a tomato soup and some grilled cheese.
Just when you get a chance, take a piece of bread and pour soup onto it, and then try to see what happens. Right. And that's basically what the wood shop looks.
Do I have to put another piece of bread on top?
You could. Okay. You could. It's not going to make it any better or worse.
Yeah.
But I would say I was lucky to come out with all of my fingers and feds. Another thing I did was bomb disposal. We can talk about those stories, but I still have all my digits and toes.
So we've got a pretty broad. I think I said in the very beginning, we've got a broad subject.
Huge.
I was raised in a cult.
Yeah, and I wasn't.
You weren't, but that is
weird.
Oof.
And I think we've gotten a lot of that out of you now.
Oh yeah,
thankfully.
But it's like the show Kimmy Schmidt. Yeah. Have you watched that show?
Yes.
If you take away the bunker, that was pretty close.
Yeah,
that's pretty close.
Yeah.
So you've got that. You've got bomb disposal, firefighter, police officer, EMS, psychiatric tech.
Yeah. Been there.
Are both of us, or just me, a ordained minister?
I think we'll keep it at you.
Okay. Yeah. There's that. I've performed three weddings.
Oh, well,
3
good.
weddings.
Are they all still wed?
Yeah, actually.
All right, you've got a good record then.
Huh.
All right, well, good.
Anyways, so we've got a pretty broad spectrum of things we could talk about.
Yeah.
I think that we should probably just call it done.
This has been a wonderful thing.
Yep.
We'll just remind you that you got to share this to get it out. Like it, subscribe.
They will.
It's gonna get better. This is this was good, but
we're literally recording this on our phone.
Yeah.
And in my guest
room, which is weird. The guest bedroom.
It's odd to be locked in a room with you.
Yes.
But whatever.
But we'll get better, I think.
I think as more people watch, we'll get sponsors and stuff like that.
Yeah. Sponsor us.
Yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
just sponsor.
If you like
money,
no, I was gonna say. Well, if you like money, yeah. But if you have a Bob's House of Pies wants to sponsor us,
want to give us a pie, we'll even eat
we'll
that
plug
pie
Bob's
right
House
here.
Of Pies
Bob's
all
House
day.
I wonder if there is a Bob's House of Pies.
Well, there's just a House of Pies, but I don't know if Bob owns it.
Okay. Well, Sean, I've always referred to you as the Bull. Sean the Bull.
Well, that's because I break things.
And that's because you break things, and you are a man of stature.
I am. Great stature.
And so doing this show with you has been something that we have been waiting on for a long time. And
about 20 years.
There's when you think about that, the 20 years plus of stuff that we need to get out to people.
This is therapeutic for us.
Yes. Yeah, it might be.
Well, I don't have to pay a therapist at all.
No,
Just
I'm
come
here for,
No, I don't want you to be my therapist. I want them.
And
then they'll need a therapist.
They're probably.
when we're done.
So if you're a therapist, tune in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The therapist is, it means to take away, actually.
What?
Yeah, the therapy. Comes from the rapist, which is to take away. So the therapist takes away your...
All this time, I was not sure where you were going.
Probably didn't want to know that, but that is where that comes from.
So you're saying that therapist is the rapist?
It comes from a word rapier, which is a foreign word.
Isn't that a sword?
And I think you can use it as a sword.
No,
too.
I think rapier is a sword.
It is a sword, but it takes away. And it takes away
the sword does.
Oh yeah,
Jeez,
it will get okay.
We're gonna lock it up.
Thank you for watching today.
Yes. Like, share, subscribe, or whatever it is that you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
I think I covered them all.
Done.
So, all right, y'all.
Signing off.
Peace, love, and I'm not gonna say peace, love, and crabs. That's what Joe's Crab Shack says, but
maybe just peace.
Peace. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, peace out.